Let's start. Unit 33. Number 1. The printing press boosted the power of ideas to copy themselves. Prior to low-cost printing, ideas could and did spread by word of mouth. While this was tremendously powerful, it limited the complexity of the ideas that could be propagated to those that a single person could remember. It also added a certain amount of guaranteed error. The spread of ideas by word of mouth was equivalent to a game of telephone on a global scale. The advent of literacy and the creation of handwritten scrolls and, eventually, handwritten books strengthened the ability of large and complex ideas to spread with high fidelity. But the incredible amount of time required to copy a scroll or book by hand limited the speed with which information could spread this way. A well-trained monk could transcribe around 4 pages of text per day. 4. A printing press could copy information thousands of times faster, allowing knowledge to spread far more quickly, with full fidelity, than ever before. Unit 33. Number 2. By acting on either natural or artificial resources, through techniques, we alter them in various ways. Thus we create artifacts, which form an important aspect of technologies. A clay pot is an example of a material artifact, which, although transformed by human activity, is not all that far removed from its natural state. A plastic cup, a contact lens, and a computer chip, on the other hand, are examples of artifacts that are far removed from the original states of the natural resources needed to create them. Artifacts can serve as resources in other technological processes. This is one of the important interaction effects within the technological system. In other words, each new technology increases the stock of available tools and resources that can be employed by other technologies to produce new artifacts. Unit 33 Exercises. Number 01. Urbanization accompanied modernization and the rapid process of industrialization. Urbanization is the process by which an increasing proportion of a population lives in cities rather than in rural areas. Although cities existed long before the Industrial Revolution, the development of the factory system led to a rapid increase in both the number of cities and the size of their populations. People from very diverse backgrounds worked together in the same factory. At the same time, many people shifted from being producers to being consumers. For example, families living in the cities had to buy food with their wages because they could no longer grow their own crops to consume or to barter for other resources. Similarly, people had to pay rent for their lodging because they could no longer exchange their services for shelter. Unit 33. Number 02. The qualities that are advantages to storing your information locally on your computer can also be viewed as disadvantages. For example, when you store your information in the cloud, you are dependent on a remote server that you don't control. In theory, your data is accessible to you anywhere you have an internet connection. In reality, there could be times when it's unavailable to you, either because the server is down or because you don't have internet access. If your information is stored locally, it is in your control, and you have it as long as you have your computer or access to your computer. However, you are responsible for backing it up and keeping it secure from hacking and information theft. Similarly, it might be harder to share your information with family or coworkers if you store it locally, but that could also mean you're able to keep your information more private. The end. Good job.